I know you. Oh,
Whoa, hey.
this isn't the Zoe 101 reboot.
Dude, fuck Zoe 101. I hated that show.
Did you really just say that?
Dude, majority of Nick shows are not great.
Okay, let me rattle off.
Are we on?
Yeah. Oh, we're going.
Oh,
right
we're
now.
going? Okay.
Yeah, the Zoe 101, Drake and Josh, Keenan and Kel. All
okay,
that.
Keenan and Kel, Drake and Josh are like my two exceptions.
But you're not gonna put Zoe 101 in
No,
there?
dude. No.
That's fucked up, man.
I mean,
PCA Academy.
What?
You tell me you never wanted to go to PCA Academy.
No.
All right.
Victorious, that show was trash too.
Yeah,
I'll come at me for that one. No,
I'll say that
the
one
one
was
people
trash.
come at me the most for is I thought iCarly was terrible.
Really?
I could not stand iCarly. I could not stand to
Wow.
watch a single episode of that show, dude.
That's a hot take. That's an all-time classic.
I will say though, the highlight of that show was Spencer.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the only thing that made that show borderline bearable.
He's
for
a
me.
he's a top-tier Nickelodeon character.
Yeah.
He's peak.
Yeah.
Best characters though, Spencer. Got to go Drake.
Well, I don't know if I can say that now.
Oh well,
Considering recent controversy.
with the given circumstance, it's frowned upon.
Yeah. No, I was a Disney kid though. That was my thing.
I was
Disney
both.
Kid. Really?
Yeah, I liked Jesse.
Yeah,
Zack and
that was like
Cody,
later. That was in like the later.
like middle school.
Yeah, like I grew up on like Sweet Life, Zack and Cody.
Favorite show of all time.
That was good. Actually, dude, the one that I think I loved the most wasn't even on Disney Channel. It was on Disney XD. You remember Disney XD?
What are you about to say right now?
Well, it was a tie between either Phineas and Ferb
Oh, okay.
or I actually loved Zeke and Luther.
Yes.
You watched Zeke and Luther?
I was hoping you were
Yes.
gonna say that.
I watched
That was
Zeke
my
and Luther,
shit.
dude. That was good.
Zeke and Luther. Jesus Christ. That ginger dude got arrested.
Did you really?
Yeah, I think he assaulted someone.
I also didn't like how they just reused him for another show.
What show?
It was what was it called?
Was it the movie?
No, it was a totally different show
It
on
wa-
Disney XD. It was
the
Kings.
Kings,
one.
yeah.
What was it called? Was it called Two Kings?
Two Kings?
Two Kings or something. Look that
Island
up.
of
Jamie?
Kings?
Can Jamie pull that up?
Jamie, pull that shit up. Because that's when Mitchell Musso got like 10 DUIs.
Oh yeah, and then they kick him off the show and they brought
Uh-huh.
in some guy else and tried to say that he was like, oh geez, what was that show? Hold up.
I want to say Two Kings. It's got to be
Is
Two
that
Kings.
Is that what it was called? Pair of Kings.
Pair of Kings.
Pair of Kings. Yeah, they just reused him for that show at some point in time. Oh yeah, because when Mitchell Musso got kicked off, that's who they brought in was that guy.
This Mitchell Musso was off the
Yeah,
yak.
he was off the yak. Anyways, that was like one of the most random intros ever.
That's a great intro.
Yeah, welcome
That's
to the Tone Deaf
blessing.
Podcast.
Welcome to the Tone Deaf Podcast. This may or may not be the first episode. Depends on what happens in the editing room.
We'll see. But yeah, Tone Deaf Podcast, broadcasting to you from Mic Check Studios,
Oh yeah.
aka my
Spare room.
my spare room in my apartment. It's sort of a home studio, I guess.
It is though.
Yeah.
It's a nice.
Yeah.
See, I like that the desks facing each other. It's like an office feel.
Yeah. Am I interviewing you right now?
I thought I was interviewing you.
Oh,
You're definitely interviewing me.
Oh, okay. All
'Cause
right.
this
Well,
is your
we're gonna
domain.
go ahead and move on with another candidate.
Oh.
But thanks for applying.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn this place down. Yeah, you're fucking done, bud.
Jeez. All right. Yeah. Welcome to the Tone Deaf Podcast.
Tone Deaf Pod.
This is gonna be hopefully a somewhat music centered podcast, but
Hopefully.
who knows? We might end up talking about other things.
Big
Just because.
Well, let's just jump right in because some big stuff happened last night, midnight,
Yeah. Musically.
musically.
You wanna jump into that?
Well, the biggest thing I think is Adele's return.
Ah, yes.
6
yes.
years in the making, I believe. 5 or 6 years.
What a voice. What a voice.
She looks great now, by the way.
She does look great. She looks. Yeah. I
I
mean.
give her props.
Yeah.
Lost a ton of weight. Didn't lose that voice though.
No.
She's
Yeah.
still
She still has like that big soulful type voice.
It really does. It's like a room filling voice.
Yeah, it's like I mean, not necessarily to compare her to like one of the greats, but it's like Aretha Franklin like had that same like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like big lady, but like big, like really full voice. But yeah, huge news. I have not actually heard the song yet.
I haven't either.
Believe it or
I just
not.
heard it. I heard it was good. When I was driving over here, I was listening to the radio.
Yeah, as I said, I was listening to the
And
radio
they
this
were
morning,
talking
and they were
about it.
talking about it on the radio. But yeah, so
It's a big thing.
yeah, that's huge. Other than that, I got some big music news.
You do? What's
I
going
have some
on?
big music news for the listeners.
Okay.
Yes. Yours truly, the two of us, have some things in the works.
We do.
We've got some things in the works. So look out for that, and then hopefully near future.
Hopefully
we just don't forget about it.
We won't forget about it.
Yeah. We got some songs in the works, early stages, but
pre-production.
Yes, lyrics are done.
It's
We're just fooling around with
building music around them.
Yes, right. Of course, we're fooling around with chord progressions and such.
You know how. That's all Aaron though. That's all you.
What are you talking about, bro?
Dude, you're the guitarist guy.
I mean, you play too, though.
I don't. Is play a fair term? Like I can play quotations, some stuff.
Yeah, you play enough though.
That's true.
For the type of music we're going for.
Just a nice rhythm. I'm just a rhythm guy.
There's nothing wrong with a rhythm guy.
I'm just a nice rhythm guy.
Yeah, we got some stuff in the works. Don't really know when or how we're gonna release it.
I don't know either.
We need a drummer. That's what we need.
Really, that's what I was thinking about because we could do everything except drums.
Right.
We
need a drummer.
So, I guess if whoever hears this, open casting call for a drummer.
Yeah, open auditions. We'll take anybody.
Send us an email. Don't we have an email for this?
We do. I think I'm gonna double check to make sure.
Maybe Tone Deaf Pod at.
Let me check.
Definitely not at.
Jamie's gonna pull this up real quick.
Jamie, pull up our email and our contact info. If you're listening to WLSX The X today around, I want to say 9:45, you would have heard me shout out the show, the Tone Deaf Pod.
Oh, did you plug it?
I did.
Nice.
I plugged the show. I had to. I know, but I was following FCC guidelines, so I was like.
What exactly was FCC guidelines for that?
It's just like you can't say like something's really good or like better than anything else. Yeah, so I was just like, it's there if you want to check it out. I mean, you don't have to check it out, but
you should.
It exists. You should.
Yes. So, if you want to send us an email at thetonedefpod@gmail.com. That's thetonedefpod, all one word, all lowercase.
All lowercase.
At gmail.com. Yes. Need a drummer.
Drummers needed, preferably, probably in college.
Yeah, about our age.
Maybe a...
Also,
if we get a protege, just some 10-year-old just fucking...
That's fine with me. I mean, if the kid can play, the kid can play.
The kid can play. You know what? It doesn't matter if you're 60.
Right.
Just come on.
Right. Preferably a somewhat rock-rooted type drummer.
Maybe.
But, I mean, the stuff we're playing is not crazy intricate or anything. It's simple. It's to the point. It works.
We just need a Scott Rayner type drummer.
Just one beat. Just kick snare, kick snare, kick snare, kick snare.
That's all the whole time. Maybe a bassist.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna perform, definitely. I mean, you and I could record bass, no problem. But if we ever book some gigs, we might need a bass player.
What if we booked a gig? That would be awesome.
It would be sick.
I want to go play one of the bars down in, down in South Haven.
Oh yeah,
those bars down there.
They got good bars down there.
Mm-hmm.
For shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, doesn't your grandpa's bar have a?
Yeah, they have a stage.
Music thing.
I'm sure that'd probably be the first one.
I've seen Homeboy up there screaming, dude.
He's got the vocals, man. He gets into it.
That's crazy.
He loses his voice up there.
Yeah. Be cool to play maybe some bars right here in Grand Rapids too. Main Street Pub.
Ooh.
Main Street Pub would be
Do they have a stage?
I think they've got an area for like events or like live music or whatever. Because it was just the other. I think was it last night that had happened? Our Grand Valley's football coach does like this. I don't know if it's a radio show or whatever. He does like that thing where the coaches talk or whatever every like Thursday or Friday night or something like that. So they've got to have some sort of space.
I've only been on the one side, like right when you walk in.
Right
side, so I don't know what's over.
So I just know it's there. I sound like a local. I don't know where
good.
I am.
You need to go. Get the pub pretzel bites.
Oh yeah.
They have cheese in them.
In the pretzel.
In the pretzel, and there's
not a dip in the pretzel.
In the pretzel, and then there's Chipotle ranch dip for the pretzels.
I'm not a big ranch guy, but that might be good.
But it's Chipotle ranch.
I've had like Chipotle mayo, which I like, and that's coming from a guy who like hates mayo.
You hate mayo?
I hate mayo.
Are you even white?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, shit, I was born this way. Yeah, though, you need to go there.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out sometime.
Tell him I sent you. 20% off.
Oh yeah, really? The owner?
Yeah, I got a code.
Yeah.
Code's McG.
Oh, do you got a you have like a are you a brand ambassador for Main Street Pub?
Yeah.
You got one of those like YouTube brand deals?
Yeah, I'm wearing their underwear line right now.
Oh, for real? Yeah. Does it have the pretzels on the underwear?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They're real though.
Oh, for
They're
real?
sewn in. It's very uncomfortable and cheesy down there.
Salty maybe?
Salty.
Salty maybe?
Salty maybe if you tasted it. I don't know.
What are we talking about
I
right
don't
now?
know.
I just
that did not go in a good
yeah,
direction.
folks, this is this will probably be a recurring thing because what is a podcast other than incoherent rambling
just
and totally
nonsense.
getting away from the point?
Exactly.
Yes, but
Tangent.
of course, tangent. But of course, this is a music podcast.
This is a music podcast.
Centered podcast.
New stuff coming out from Young Thug, the Punk album. Did you see the track list?
No, I did not. I didn't even. This might make me sound out of touch, but I did not even know he was coming out with something new.
Yes, he's coming out with this album called Punk.
Is it like punk music?
I feel like
because I know he's like one of those guys who like really bends with like does like genre bending and stuff. Like he messes around. He experiments a lot. I feel like.
I think there's. Let me pull up the track list. I feel like he worked, or maybe I read something wrong, but maybe Travis Barker worked. Probably not, but.
Well, it's got oh dude, it's got a bunch of different features.
Yeah, J. Cole,
Juice WRLD, Future, A$AP Rocky, Post
Gunna,
Malone, Doja Cat.
has one with Mac Miller on there, which I'm excited to hear that one.
Yeah. How do you feel about like dead artists having stuff come out even long after they're dead? Like, there's a word for that I'm missing.
Posthumous.
Posthumous.
Posthumous, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, we're not English majors.
No, hell no.
But you know what I mean, right? Like, I mean, I feel like Juice WRLD had a ton of, like, and even X too. X had a bunch of stuff come out.
Yeah, well, there's always that thing where like they recorded 2,000 songs before they died.
Yeah. How do you feel though about like all that stuff getting released like after they're gone? Like, are you a fan of that? Or
I don't like it. I
think
feel
like
it's
exciting, like if you're a super fan, you know what I mean? So like it's exciting to hear like unreleased material, but like at this point, it's gotta just be a cash grab for recording labels. Like
It is.
labels.
It really is. I think it's fine if they're like completed songs, but the worst is like when it's only vocals.
Yeah, and it's just like a demo
or
they
like
threw on someone else's song
like a
to make
half
it sound
chorus.
like a feature.
Mm-hmm. And they have like 4 lines, and then it's all somebody. Like that's what happened with the Pop Smoke album.
Yeah, I think it's honestly a little disrespectful that record labels do that. But of course, that's all they care about is making money.
Yeah.
You know, so
I don't know. Maybe some of them ask for that if they were to pass away early for them to release their stuff. But
yeah, or if they're giving a majority of the money they make off it to like the artist's like family or
Which they're
foundation or
probably not.
whatever. Like,
I think there was something a few years ago with X's mom. I feel like, and I think I may be totally.
do you think
wrong.
she was getting the like royalties from it, or?
Well, I think, or no, the thing was like I'm not gonna actually. It's something where one of them on one side was trying to milk it. It was like the label or his mom, and it turned into like some dispute or something.
Oh, okay. I would think it would be the label, but I have no idea. I can't really speak for that because
No.
I'm not
See,
gonna
that's
sound like I
the-
know what I'm talking about.
That's the thing too, is you don't know what's going on.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, and the thinking behind everything.
Yeah.
But
music industry is.
I hear it's not a fun place to be.
No, I have listened and watched multiple like big time artists talk about it and just talk about how it's. I mean, if you like, unless you're independent, I mean, you are making a small fraction of like what your music's worth. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times you don't even own the rights to your own music.
And I don't know who I was listening to, but there's a lot less creative control you have over your stuff than.
Oh
you
yeah,
would
because
think.
like I mean, unless you're making them a crazy amount of money, you kind of have to end up doing what they want you to do because otherwise they're just gonna drop you. Because that's the reason why so many. I mean, I feel like it's a little bit different now because of the way the internet is and how it's a lot easier to like self promote.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's the big reason why anybody like signs to a major label to begin with is for like distribution. You know what I mean? Like to get their stuff out because they've got money to advertise it and to book shows and all that stuff.
I think that's probably. I think if there wasn't that kind of platform for distribution for major labels, I don't think anybody would be signed to them.
Oh no,
I think because independence, like that's you.
Right, yeah. And not to mention, if you're independent, not only do you have creative control, but you're making almost everything that, that the record makes. You know what I mean? So, like, you're taking your take-home pay afterwards is far more. Like, you own your music. You know what I mean? So,
did you see that thing where Bob Dylan sold his whole catalog?
I didn't. Did he do that?
Yeah.
To who?
I don't know who bought it, but it was like $300 million or something for all of Bob Dylan's catalog.
That's crazy.
Because I think he's like 90 or something.
I was going to say, there's no way is he still alive?
Yeah. Because he just sold it a couple months ago. And I'm pretty sure it's probably because, unfortunately,
Siri,
he might pass
Bob
away.
Dylan still alive? I'm going to check this.
He's still alive.
No way this dude is still alive.
Yeah, that's why
crazy.
he just sold all his music.
Date of birth, 1941. What?
That's when my grandma was born. So he's what? 80?
Oh, dude, that's weird. Yeah, he's got to be in his 80s because my grandpa's still alive. He was born in 31.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's old, dude. He's old. Dude's like a trooper though.
Hell yeah, 90.
He's just like, I think he was like still driving himself around and like basically doing everything by himself up until like about a year or two ago, I think.
Damn.
So mostly I think not like pride, but because if I got that old, like I wouldn't want people taking care of me. I've said for so long, like the second I can't take care of myself, dude, just shoot me dead. Like,
yeah, I don't want to live like that. Like,
I don't want to have somebody wipe my ass. You know what I mean?
Please take me out.
I tell my dad that all the time. I love you, man, but I'm not gonna wipe your ass. Like,
respectfully.
Like, I'd jump in front of a train for you, but I'm not getting underneath there. I'm not getting. You know what I mean?
I'm not scooping.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just watching Shameless. Have you watched Shameless?
I have tried, or I have said so many times that I was gonna go get into it and watch it. I just never have, or I've never gotten around to doing it. And I should, because I've heard it's such a good show.
I just finished it.
How is it? How was it?
Oh, it's great. Well, it's been out for 10, 11 years now.
Say, I know there's like lots of there's a lot of episodes, or a lot of seasons.
There's 11 seasons.
Yeah, I know it's been around for a while.
But so you haven't seen it, let me dance around a spoiler here.
Okay.
So the main character, Frank, he has a tattoo that says, "Do not resuscitate."
He has a tattoo that says that?
Yeah, he got it tattooed on his chest.
Okay.
So I feel like I would do that if I was really old.
To get it tattooed?
Just get a DNR on my chest.
Just so, like, if you can't give someone your ID that says it, like, they just know.
Mm-hmm. Because I feel like if I was going to die, or, like, if I died on the operating table, just, like, leave me. Like... Now, resuscitate me now.
Oh yeah,
but
I got a lot more life left to live.
If I'm like 85, I did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, if I've gotten old enough to do everything that I've wanted to do, start a family or whatever, or grandkids or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've gotten everything I've ever needed. Like, I'm good. Let me go. You know what I mean? Plus, I don't want to burden people with having to take care of me. Like, I don't want like my kid wiping my ass one day. You know what I mean? Like, why would I want that? Like.
Yeah. I want to wipe my own ass.
Yeah, for real. If I can't wipe my own ass, I might as well just die.
No, you know what you need to do?
What's that?
Get a bidet.
Well, I mean, yeah, but...
I mean, it's not going to get everything. All right, but it's going to wet you down enough.
It's going to feel nice.
It's going to feel real good. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I want to try a bidet.
Can you just, like, buy those to attach to a normal toilet? Or, like, how does that work?
Isn't that just the toilet? Because it's like a small... It's like on the ground, kind of. Like you got to squat.
Yeah, I feel like I would just want one built into the toilet. Like I don't want to have to like.
I think you can do that.
I think so.
Jamie, pull that up.
Pull up bidets, Jamie.
Bidets.
Did you get a new phone?
I did get a new phone. That's why I remember when I lost my Snapchat.
Oh, is that why you got locked out?
Yeah, and then I have like 5 passwords that I use across everything.
Really?
I tried all of them and it didn't work.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this. And I tried it again like 4 or 5 days later and it worked. And I was like, definitely put that in.
I gotta start
right.
like changing up passwords because I get in a weird habit where like I use the same password for literally every account and then every like 2 years I change it to something else. But it's probably not good to have the same password for like
secure.
Everything else.
It's not secure.
Because it's like if you can get into my, if you can get in my Instagram, you can get in my Snapchat, you can get in my Twitter, you can get in my,
your bank account?
No.
You sure? Let me just write this down. What's your password?
It's 1-800.
Hanson?
Stop asking.
1-800. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up, dude.
Let's see. Bidets. Yeah, 5G works like dog shit.
Really?
Yeah,
My 5G works great. What, do you have is that a 13? Did you
Yeah.
get like the brand spanking new one?
Mm-hmm.
You lucky duck.
Yeah, my grandma took my phone.
Oh, nice. Here, Grandma, have my hand-me-down.
Mm-hmm. She wants it. She's like, I don't
Did you
want...
have a 12 before or an 11? Or
I had
what'd
the
you have?
11.
You had the 11?
I had that one for like a year and a half.
I just say I
think.
got this 12. I got the 12 over the summer, and I like it. I don't get the big one anymore, like the Plus,
I didn't want this one.
just because it's like, I don't know, it's like too much. Like the second it like stops fitting in my pocket, like it kind of gets annoying. Plus, like the regular one now is like, so like I had a 7 Plus before I got this one, so like I had one for like 4 years, like same phone for 4 years, and the 7 Plus is like the same size as what the regular size ones are now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm not gonna get one bigger than that. You know what I mean? It's like this is like perfect.
That's just the regular 12?
Yeah, this is the regular 12.
See, I wanted that, but my grandma, so I'm on like her plan and stuff, so she sets up everything.
Oh, got you.
And she's like, well, do you want this new phone? Because my other one was all the way full with storage, so I was like, I should probably upgrade and get one with more stuff.
Mm.
And so she handled all of it. And she's like, yeah, the only one they had was the 13 Pro Max. And I was like, okay.
The biggest, most expensive one you can get.
And she's like, they also only had the 512 gigabytes.
So you're just caking right now.
I'm
you're
set
living
for life. I could have this phone for the rest of my
Dude,
life.
you are set.
You can install a bidet toilet seat for $329.
You gotta like hook it up to your water system though, and like what do you call it? Your water main or?
Yeah.
I ain't a plumber.
The
I don't know this
pipes.
stuff.
We'll just call them the pipes.
The
for
pipes, yeah.
now. The pipes. I need a. If anybody knows where you can get bidets for the low,
Yeah.
email us that too.
At the Tone Deaf Pod.
At the
Gmail.
Tone Deaf Pod Gmail.
Yeah. Speaking of pipes, Adele has a new song out.
Adele has a new song where she belts the. Actually,
Let's pull it up. Let's do a
let's
live.
pull it up, but we can't get it on the mic because we can't
Copyright?
copyright.
Copyright.
Let's just pull up a little taste here. Actually, let's take a break and jump back in.
Yeah, we're gonna
after we
take a
listen to the
break.
song.
We're gonna pause.
It's gonna be literally 0 seconds for you guys, but
due to editing magic.
well, I'm just gonna pause it and keep
Oh, okay. And then
recording.
when we come back, we're gonna have our take on this
we're
new
just
Adele
gonna
song.
be we're just
Adele
gonna be
track.
drooling over this Adele song. Beautiful.
Yeah, we're back, and that was good. That was really good.
She doesn't disappoint.
No, she really doesn't, and I feel like she is someone you just can't hate. You know what I mean? Like,
She's a good person.
it's one thing if her music is like not your cup of tea, but there's no way you can discredit her talent at all. I mean, she's a ridiculous singer. Who, I mean, this song sounds like she never went away, like no hiatus whatsoever. So,
And she has that like kind of voice that kind of like makes up for lost time. You know what I mean? And it's like worth it too because she's quality too.
oh yeah,
like she's 30 now and she only has 4 albums.
right. So you know that like when she puts stuff out or when she puts a whole project out, like there's been a lot of time behind it. You know what I mean? A lot of time and
Heartfelt.
effort. So
And you can tell that in the lyrics too.
oh yeah, I mean, it's a very, I think, introspective song. I mean, just look at this chorus right here. She says, "Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. I had no time to choose what I chose to do, so go easy on me."
Yeah.
And I love that because, I mean, how many times do people get judged or ridiculed or given a hard time for things that they've done in their past or for things that happened to them that they had no control over? You know what I mean? Like, it's like that
Every day.
that right there, it says I was still a child and didn't get a chance to feel the world around me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That just makes me feel like, I don't know, like for young people like us, every little thing we do now is monitored and like
We're under a
amplified.
magnifying glass constantly.
Yeah. You can't see everything gets written off as like we're dumb or like juvenile, but really we're still learning and growing as people.
And dude, I mean, there's always that argument where like our brains don't fully develop till 25. So I mean, like, I would even say people in their 30s and 40s are probably still learning new things every day. I mean, really, I would say the whole purpose of life is figuring out what you're doing or what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like to get super deep here, but it's like everyone's still figuring their shit out. Like, you know what I mean?
That's why I don't get why we judge people so hard for mistakes, because without mistakes, people can't grow.
There's no success without failure.
Yeah, and like even just like things people say are in the past, and you like end their life over it, metaphorically, and that doesn't give anybody a chance to grow when you just like cancel their whole life right there.
It's like, oh, you picked the wrong school, or you moved in with the wrong roommate, or you picked the wrong major. And people always are like, oh no, it's too late for me to,
Yeah.
start over. It's never too late, dude. It's never too late to get into something new, try something different.
So many people become successful like after their 20s
or
30s.
I mean, and there's so many people who come super successful in a certain career that has nothing to do with what they went to school for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you can be successful in anything, whether it's what you want to do or something you're not fully interested in, but you're good at it,
Yeah, love this song though. Super deep. If you haven't listened to it yet, go listen to it. It's Easy on Me by Adele.
Off the upcoming album 30.
Yep, comes out about a month from now. Month from now,
November 19th.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Anything? You listen to anything good lately, old or new, or?
They just for old, which is old but technically new. They just put out the Mac Miller Faces mixtape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from I think 2013. They just did a re-release on it.
Okay. Was it not already on streaming services, or is it just finally?
No, I don't know because it was only on like YouTube and like I listened to it on DatPiff.
I don't even know what DatPiff is.
It's like just. I don't know, like unreleased music or like old mixtapes because there's like old like Logic mixtapes on there.
Oh, okay. So it's just kind of where like unreleased stuff gets leaked or whatever.
No, I guess I misspoke with unreleased, but it's just like mixtapes and EPs that they don't like it aren't full releases.
Oh, okay. So it's stuff that like is just kind of meant to be just kind of side stuff that doesn't really. Okay, makes sense.
But no, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this to come out because they announced it like a month ago.
Yeah. So
I've just been waiting.
It's weird to think that it wouldn't have been, or like there wouldn't have been like streaming services per se for that to be put on in 2013 because like it doesn't feel like that long ago. But then I think about it and it's like I was in like 5th grade. Like I was like 10 years old.
I know because whenever I think back, it's like I feel like 2015 was like yesterday.
Oh yeah, I remember 2016 and all that stuff. What a year! I remember that stuff like it was yesterday. It's so weird. Like it feels so long ago and yet so recent at the same time.
I know. That's what's crazy about like 2013, like you said, because that was 8 years ago.
Oh yeah,
and I was like 12.
That's insane. Yeah, I mean,
rocking the fucking buzz cut and
many times I forget that you had a buzz cut back in middle school.
I just had my grandpa shave my head all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not a good style move, but that's back when I was rocking.
12. I mean,
yeah,
you're always trying stuff out that you thought was cool.
I was rocking Aeropostale polo t-shirts.
Dude, I remember when Aeropostale was the shit.
Yep. I used to get the
that was like that Aeropostale was like that entry level, like you finally start caring about how you dress. So
yeah,
like,
no more like Nike and shit.
Oh my god, dude! Everybody would wear the like all yellow fit. You remember that? Like
the neon,
like the yellow dry fit Nike shirt with the yellow shorts and the Elites. Remember when Elites were the big thing? Like you didn't wear Nike Elites, like you were a loser.
Cool. You weren't cool.
Yeah, I wasn't cool. I didn't wear Nike Elites.
I had this one pair of Jordan shorts that were bright neon yellow, and they were like so. Jordan used to make their shorts, and I think they might still do really big. Just wide and
that's the weird thing too is like the short thing now is like coming back. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys don't really wear baggy shorts anymore.
No, and now I can't believe I did as a kid because like shorts like that suck. I like above the knee.
They're so uncomfortable in a weird way for them being as loose as they are too. Like you would think that they would be comfortable, but they're not really fun to wear. But that's what was cool. You know what I mean? Like that was cool back then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, do you remember the whole like dudes would they wear like the polo with the khaki shorts and the Nike Elites with the Sperry's?
Yep.
That's an
OG fit right there, man.
That's like the OG preppy white boy fit, dude. That's like the had to do it to him meme where he's wearing like he's wearing Sperry's with the khaki shorts, but he's got like a full sleeve button up on.
No socks. He had
no
socks. No socks.
Yeah, you throw some Nike Elites on there, and that's like 2014, 2015
that's
right there.
Fit.
That's the middle school fit.
What would you do, or if you go back in time to like when you were rocking shit like that back in that era, like 12?
Well, the thing is, I didn't rock shit like that. I was like the one kid. I was like the one kid in my grade who didn't dress like all the other kids. Because, like, for whatever reason, I just didn't. I always thought, like, okay, so I went through this weird phase in middle school where I tried to dress, like, real fancy. You know what I mean? Like, so I wore, like, cardigans.
Cardigans?
Dude, I wore a cardigan.
Wow.
I rocked that cardigan, though. Dude.
So, damn, you looking fresh.
Dude, I remember, like, 8th grade, I wore it for like my yearbook picture.
Uh-huh.
I had this outfit. It was like dark wash like skinny jeans, because that's back when like skinny jeans was like the go-to fit for jeans, which it really isn't anymore. But I wore like those with a white t-shirt and this gray cardigan that went over the top, and I had these like chukka boots on, and I'd roll the jeans up. Dude, I looked like...
You got a picture of that?
I don't know. I looked so pretentious though. I was that one kid though, like when you had to like dress up for... I even feel like I did this in high school for like the first 2 years of high school. Like when we had to like dress up for like basketball games or football games, like I took it serious. You know, so like some dudes would just kind of roll in just like with whatever tie or shirt they had, and I was like, no, I'm gonna get like the right color scheme, and I'm gonna do something fancy with my knot. Like looking back on it, like it was kind of stupid because no one gave a shit about it. Like no one.
If I'm gonna dress up,
I'm
gonna dress up.
The only people who complimented me were like teachers. You know what I mean? So it was
they
just
probably
like,
thought you were the new intern. Like, who's this young guy?
Oh, dude, quick sidebar about that. When I so you know how like your senior year of high school they do the school scholarships or whatever, and sometimes you get like interview for them. So I interviewed for one, and Mr. Powers was on the like board or whatever who was like doing my interview, and coincidentally we had the same exact outfit on. Like when
really?
I showed up. Dude, I showed up. I had gray dress pants with a blue shirt and a yellow tie, and he was wearing the exact same thing. And when I walked in, we were like, "Yo!" And then I was
Spider-Man
like,
meme.
Yeah, right. I was like, "Yeah, it's a Spider-Man meme." I walk in and I'm like, "Oh, dude, there's no way I don't get this scholarship." And I didn't get it, but it's okay.
He probably thought you were mocking him.
Oh,
it's like,
no,
this dude.
he was like, "You look good." He's like, "I like what you got going on."
I see it.
Yeah, but now, what would you, if you could go back in time to yourself during like middle school, whether it be any year during middle school? Like,
Can I pick?
I mean, you can pick if you want.
I want to. If I had to pick any year in middle school where I could tell myself and give myself some advice,
or like relive if you could.
Relive. Okay, if I was gonna relive,
I think it's different for me.
Okay, if I'm talking to myself to like give myself some insight for the future, I'd do 8th grade.
Yeah, me too.
Not tell myself don't be worried about high school. High school's not a big deal.
Yeah, because looking back on it now, it really wasn't that big of a deal.
No.
I feel like I took it way too serious.
Me too. And I thought it was because the thing is though, when you're in middle school, you like only know high school from like the movies and stuff.
Or like going to like football games and like you see like all the high schoolers as like these icons, and then but then like you get older and you realize it's like no, like that dude was like a drug addict, and like
Half
this
of
dude
them
was
were
like
high the whole fucking
yeah, it's just
time.
saying like that dude was like kind of a loser. You know what I mean? Like there were some people who you thought were so cool, and then you realize like no, they were just like regular people.
Yeah, so I'd do 8th grade for that. If I could relive, I think 6th grade was fun. See, I really don't know like what happened, but I'd do one of the early ones, 5th or 6th, because that's when like nothing really mattered.
Yeah, I would almost do the exact opposite.
Really?
I would have relived my 8th grade year just because I feel like in a weird way, that was like one of the years where I was just like happy as can be. Like for whatever reason, like that year I had like peak confidence and like I got along real well with everybody, and so like I felt like I had like a decent friend base. But like I don't know, and then it kind of like dipped off. Like people stopped talking to me in high school, so it's whatever. But
I got you.
Yeah, I got you. But no, I would probably go back and talk to my 6th grade self if I could, just to be like, hey, like this is what's gonna happen for the future. Don't waste time on this person. Don't waste time on this person. Buy Bitcoin.
Invest now.
And seriously, like I know it seems risky, but
It's gonna work out.
it's the price is only at like $2 right now. I was like buy like $100-$500 worth now. Beg your parents, buy it for you, because you are going to be rich in about 6 years if you do so.
We will never have to do a single thing
Yes,
again.
you will not have to go to college, or if you do, you could have it paid for.
Dude, how much money could you have if Bitcoin was $2 or whatever, and you'd like put $50K in there?
Well,
What
I mean,
would
you
that be at
essentially
right now?
you would multiply. I guess. I mean, I think the way you do it is you would just do 50K times whatever the price is now. So if you bought like, or wait, no, because because you would if you bought. Well, no, that would depend on how many Bitcoin you had. So like, let's say price was $1,
Right.
and I bought $50,000 worth. That's 50,000 Bitcoins. So 50,000 Bitcoins times I think the price is at like 56 grand right now.
61.
It's at it's up to 61 now.
It went up 8% today.
Shoot, that means I'm making some money.
How many Bitcoins do you have?
not even one, because I'd have to have 60 something thousand dollars to have one. I think I have like, I don't have much. I think I have like $15 worth of Bitcoin, but no.
That's
so
not
50
terrible.
is it? You said it's at 61.
61.
So 50,000 Bitcoin at 61,000 a piece would be worth. Well, it just broke my calculator.
Too big of a number?
It would be worth $3 billion.
Jeez.
$3.05 billion.
Damn, you'd be balling like up. You'd be
Dude,
up like
well,
Donald Trump.
I saw this thing the other day where some dude, like he bought, like, back when the price was at $1, like when it was first coming out back in like 2013, 2014. Dude bought one. He invested $1 Bitcoin, bought one Bitcoin, and just held on to it. Just never did anything with it. And now, like, homeboy's set. You know what I mean? Like, and then, of course, when it started going up, he invested more. But, like, that $1 investment turned into a couple $1,000s, and then he invested more. Like, there's so many people who got rich, all that stuff, but it's so risky.
Yeah.
Crypto is so risky. Like,
I still don't understand it at all.
oh no, I still don't.
I don't.
I would
get
say
it.
80% of the people who invest in crypto don't understand it.
Well, like the thing I don't get is what places take cryptocurrency as like a.
Well, because you can just convert it to USD.
Oh.
Yeah, it
So, like,
it has
you
the same. It'd be no different than if you were exchanging. Like if you went to England and you exchanged USD for British pounds. It's the same thing.
It's on that level now.
It's
Like crypto?
all on that level essentially. I mean, it has its worth. So like, there's some crypto that's worth, like, I think Doge. Like, think about Doge, right?
Dogecoin.
Like Doge is worth 29 cents a coin. You know what I mean? Per Doge coin. You know what I mean? So it's like 29 cents. If I wanted, I mean, that means like if I were to convert it to USD, it would be worth 29 cents. So like, it'd be, like I said, it's no different than like exchanging currencies like around the world. The only difference is crypto's not centralized. So it's like, it can't be controlled by like a government. So I'm gonna go on a crazy crypto tangent here, but
This is our economics segment of the show.
yes, this is not financial advice, by the way. I know you're supposed to say that. This is not financial advice. But and I definitely still have no clue what I'm talking about, so don't take my word for it. But I believe the way it works is it's not centralized. So it's like, you know how like the U.S. has the Federal Reserve, you know, and they like monitor and they like somewhat like regulate the economy and like keep it. That's where it's like centralized, right? Like crypto doesn't have that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think the way it works is like crypto can't like inflate or deflate because it's just it's
depending on
always
the economy. So
yeah, so it's like, you know how like in the U.S. like $1 is worth more today than or is worth less today than it was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I think with like crypto that doesn't happen because it's not centralized. It's all just out there. So it's like crypto, like if crypto is worth 60,000 now, I mean the price goes up because it works like stock in the sense that the more people buy it and the more there is, the more one coin is worth technically. So I don't know. It's confusing. I'm not doing it justice.
No.
No, yeah, I would tell my 12-year-old self buy Bitcoin because you're going to be rich.
I would say, but going way back after that economic tangent.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I like the pick of 6th grade. But what I would do is, you remember in 6th grade we thought the 7th and 8th graders were like
way
gods?
older than us.
Yeah.
But then you get to 7th grade and it's like, no, they're only a year older than me. But that's the thing though with like, I even feel like sometimes it's the same thing in high school. It's like the two, so it's like, you know, underclassmen versus upperclassmen. You know,
Yeah.
like, so you know, it's like the two lower years, you feel still way younger than the two top years or the two older years. Like even in high school, like when I was a freshman, I thought I was infinitely younger than like you and Tony and like, you know, all the people who were juniors at the time. You know what I mean? It's like just because I don't know, it just is what it is. Because I feel like the difference between like a 12 and a 14-year-old is like the same between a difference between like a 14 and a 16-year-old. But then like the difference between like a 22-year-old and a 24-year-old, it really isn't that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how like I feel like age has like that weird thing about it.
Age
like,
is weird. It just depends because I don't know. I feel like, well, yeah, and when it goes like an 8th grader to a 9th grader also feels kind of weird too.
Yeah, because you actually feel like, I don't know, you feel older. It's just like,
isn't that funny though? You could be a freshman and be like terrified of the seniors, but then you could be a freshman and then feel so powerful over an 8th grader or something like that.
Yeah, right. Like, you feel like you're top dog.
Uh-huh.
But then you walk up to, like, a junior, and you're like,
Hey.
hey.
Talking to 8th grade. Yeah, I'm in high school now, pussy.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, puss?
Give me your lunch money.
Like, dude, I'm in 8th grade, but I'm older than you. So, like...
Yeah, right. Like...
That was the funny thing about a lot of
yeah,
it
for, like,
was,
if you were, like, a young freshman,
Uh-huh.
and there's, like, dude... You know how you always have, like, the really older people in your grade? Who,
Yeah.
like, turn, like... They get their license, like, freshman year, because they're, like... Yeah,
like,
dude, I remember that. I had a you know, I mean, obviously you know Jarrett Chappell, right? Like, dude was taking I remember he started taking driver's training like when he was in like 8th grade, and we all thought that was like crazy because like I think in Michigan you can take it at like 14.
14 and 9 months.
Yeah, right. And so like he was taking it at like in 8th grade. We're like, oh geez, he's like so old, dude.
Wow.
And it's like, well, no, he's not that much older than me. You know what I mean? But that's just the funny thing about it.
That's what was funny for me was because I was supposed to be in the grade below me. So
Yeah.
when I was a freshman, all the 8th graders were older than me.
Yeah. So I actually have trying to bring it back into the central topic of music, but like
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
what kind of music were you listening to back then in middle school? Like what did you grow up on?
Eminem.
Oh, you were a Slim Shady guy?
Eminem.
Honestly, how can you not be?
The recovery,
At least his early stuff.
recovery shaped a big part of my life.
Really?
Because, well, I was like, I don't know what I listened to before I listened to Eminem, but I know the moment where I heard it was we were with Skylar's family because we were good friends with them back in the day, and we were helping his mom move or something, or one of them, and they had the CD. And it came on, and I was like, "Yo, what is this?" And then right after, I told my mom, I said, "We got to go get that CD." And then all I listened to throughout middle school was like Eminem and like 50 Cent and
Yeah. When did you? So I mean, I know now that you're a rock fan, you like pop punk and stuff like that. Now that seems to be like kind of your main wheelhouse now. But like what was the band or like when did you get into that stuff? Like when was that like a big thing for you?
sophomore year going into I had a car, so I don't know how old I would have been.
Oh, so you didn't get into it until high school?
Yeah, it was like sophomore year. And then I listened. One of the biggest things that really got me into it was Adam's song. Because that song helped me a lot. So then I was just like, and then I just started listening to everything.
Oh, yeah, you just kind of went down that rabbit hole.
And that's why when I got like Spotify and stuff, so I'd look up all the other related bands and shit.
Yeah, it's like others might like this. You know what I mean?
I'm like, I do like this.
Yeah.
So that's when that became like my main like flow of music. And then like Hayden and Luke got into it, and the three of us would just listen to Blink-182 all the time.
Hell yeah. Yeah, see, that's another weird thing too is, again, I was almost the opposite. I didn't start actually enjoying rap or hip hop until fairly recently.
Really?
Yeah, because like my dad's a huge 80s metalhead, Metallica, and that's like his favorite band. And so like I was always listening to that stuff. The first song I ever remember hearing and like comprehending was One Step Closer by Linkin Park. You know what I mean? Okay. So it's like that rock was always the type of music that I was into because it was always what was on in the car and what I was always around. And then I got into pop punk when I was in middle school, because before that I was basically just listening to whatever my dad played.
Yeah.
Which was like, like Metallica, Megadeth. He liked Godsmack, stuff like that. But where I was in Best Buy, I can't remember why I was in there. I think my dad was buying something. I'm like 10 years old, I think. I was in like I was in like 4th grade. I think it was like still in elementary school, honestly. It's so weird to think that we were that young at one point.
Jesus.
And so we're in Best Buy. You know how they have like the CD section or whatever? And he goes, "Here, tell you what, so like he's like, since he came with me or whatever, I can't remember what the terms were. He's like, I'll you pick a CD out, I'll get you a CD." I'm like, "Okay." But of course, like I don't know what I want, and it makes no sense to buy a Metallica CD because my dad has the whole collection. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, I don't know what I want. So I'm looking around, and I see this Green Day album. It's their live album, and the reason I bought it was because it had the word "fuck" on the cover.
Hell
and I thought
yeah.
it was cool. It's their live album. It's called Awesome as Fuck. So I was like, I want this one. And he's like, okay, yeah. And so I get it. I have no clue who Green Day even is. Like I just grabbed it because I thought it was cool. And then I get home and I put it in the CD player, and it's their live album from like a bunch of different shows during their 21st Century Breakdown, album cycle. And I like fell in love with it. And then of course, like after that, I'm like, okay, well, I gotta buy more Green Day, and so I got into their old stuff like Dookie and Insomniac and that stuff, and then of course, got me into American Idiot, which was like ridiculous, iconic album. Actually, I went and actually saw the Broadway show they did for a few years at the Wharton Center. They did a Broadway version of that album. So good.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm a guy who usually hates musicals. You know what I mean?
I'm not a fan either.
I'm not a fan of musicals. They're always like so corny. Mm-hmm. But like, dude, it was so good. It was really sweet.
That's how I got into Green Day through my mom.
Oh, really?
Because, and everything I listened to before I listened to rap music was what my mom played. Like you said, and she loved Metallica. Listened to like Def Leppard and INXS and stuff like that. And then one of the first things I remember hearing is Brain Stew.
That's the first song I ever learned how to play on guitar.
I think me too.
It's so easy.
It's so easy.
That's why.
But because I used to listen to her iPod. So when I was a kid, all the music I got from like 2006 to 2010 was stuff on her iPod. So I was like, she had a bunch of Green Day on there and Daughtry. She was really into Daughtry, and I really liked them. And then like Flo Rida.
Oh, dude.
And all the Roots. Yeah, I'm talking about Roots. Hey, where I'm from. Yeah. But everything I listened to when I was really young was from my mom.
Yeah. And that was the thing too, is when talking about like pop punk, is like, of course, Green Day, kind of like you, it's like once you get into one band, you get into like all the other ones.
Yeah.
And I was also I watched VH1 a lot, because like when I was up early in the morning, instead of early morning cartoons, it would be like the VH1 block. So they just play like music. It's kind of like how MTV used to be.
Yeah.
Where they just play videos. And they would be playing stuff like Green Day, and then they'd play like Sum 41 and Blink and stuff like that. And so I got super into that. So I mean, yeah, pop punk was just like you. Like, it was like a rabbit hole. Like, once you get into like one band, you get into everything else, because it's all very similar and yet still all very unique in a way, because it's all kind of like the same formula, but it's all done in a very different way, which I enjoy.
Yeah, it's the only thing I listen to now, which I've told you many times. It's the only thing now that I see a lot of uniqueness in.
Well, and it's something as a youth that it's really easy to relate to. There's a lot of angst. There's a lot of the times all those bands, wrote some of their best stuff and got big like when they were our age. You know what I mean? So they were all kind of going through similar stuff. You know what I mean? Like relationships and moving out and going away to college and all that stuff. So
I think a lot of it too for me is like, since I didn't listen to that stuff when I was really young, like the feelings and emotions I had back then that I could have related to these songs kind of comes out, and I relate to it like even more.
Like you're
now.
Finally dealing with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's actually why I love the fact that I got into it when I did, because, dude, I owe so much to music from a therapy standpoint. I've never gone to a therapist because I've never felt I needed it, because music just did that for me. It's stuff that I was so able to relate to, and then in a weird way, pop punk and a little bit of like the metal from like my dad and stuff got me into like super heavy stuff. So it's like, not only do I listen to like Green Day and Blink and Machine Gun Kelly and Water Parks and I don't know if you ever listened to Panicland, but Panicland's good too. They're from Canada. But I listen to super heavy stuff too, like Slipknot and Trivium and Lamb of God, and a lot of like heavy stuff, and that too is like really easy to relate with, because for those who don't know, like, I'm a pretty angry guy, but I don't always show it, because it's always like I always bottle everything up. So it's like that music is like my time to like let go. And like I just went to a concert about 3 weeks ago with my dad at Soaring Eagle. We saw Trivium, Megadeth, Lamb of God, and Hatebreed, all super heavy bands. And dude, I let loose. My neck hurts so bad this morning. Dude, yeah, absolutely. And the crazy thing about those shows too is like dudes that are like 60 are just going crazy. Like, it's
like when my mom goes to those things. She went to that INXS festival. And she said everyone was just going nuts. It was all people that were her age and older. I was like, hell crazy. Yeah. I want to start a mosh pit.
I almost was in one.
At the thing?
Not at that show, because where I was at, so like the way they're I guess you would call it not arena. It's more of an amphitheater. the way their outdoor venue is set up is like what you would call general admission is like seats. It's like rows of seats. Nobody sits down, but you can't really mosh because there's like physical things in the way. So the only place you could really mosh was like up on the hill, which people did. But
I feel like the stuff like that, the hill, every time there's a hill, it's always ape shit on the hill.
Yeah, no, my thing was about 3 years ago now, I think. I went to a Metallica show with my dad. They played up here at Van Andel. And we were like we were a little bit from the stage. We weren't very, very far from the stage. We got pretty close. But during Master of Puppets, a mosh pit broke out like 3 feet from us. So like we're right on the edge of it, like next to it, and I almost got sucked in. But it was pretty cool. Like I wanted to go in, but then I looked at the type of people who were in there, and it was all like grown ass men.
Yeah.
You know, it's like dudes who were like twice my size. I'm like, I'm gonna get hurt.
Yeah, you're gonna get severely
I'm not coming out
injured.
of there alive. So.
He said, "I want to have fun. I don't want to go home with a cast on."
Right. Yeah, I gotta get back in the gym and get huge before I go do one of those.
Get fucking yoked and see if they can throw me around.
That's the thing that sucks too, because I so badly want to go see Slipknot live, but the crowd at Slipknot shows.
Yeah.
It's borderline dangerous.
Yeah, that's why I've never really gotten into like heavy metal or anything.
You should try it. I think a lot of people, or some people that I've talked to who would end up getting into it, I've said like, oh yeah, like I never was really attracted to it, but then like I tried it. It's very much a rabbit hole like pop punk is. It's like once you listen to one band, you listen to 15 others. You know?
I just don't. I like the popular ones, like the popular Slipknot songs and like Avenged Sevenfold and everything, but I don't like the deep growled screaming thing.
Yeah, that's an acquired taste. For the bands that do that all the time, that's an acquired taste. That's I would recommend Trivium to you because Trivium is a really good combination of both. So like he does like some guttural vocals and he screams, but the guitars are very melodic, and he himself has a very good like melodic voice. So he does like a good swap back and forth between the two. Like
Corey Taylor, kind of.
Yeah, kind of like Corey Taylor.
See, I like when he's fine. Like I like when he does it, but
I loved when they're not necessarily that heavy of a band, but I loved when Chester Bennington would do that. Dude, Chester Bennington, God rest his soul.
The day I found out he died, I was playing euchre in my backyard with my neighbors.
Dude, I will say I'm usually not one to, sounds really bad, but I'm usually not one to care that much like when celebrities or like big time musicians die, because there's a lot that I don't necessarily have like a huge connection to. But when I found out he passed, dude, I think I broke down. I actually broke down and cried. Like I was so upset.
Yeah, well, he was a dude who was influential on millions of people.
Oh, and again, dude, Hybrid Theory, their first album, again, like that's the first music I ever heard in my life. Like and I loved Linkin Park so much too. And I would say he is one of the best examples of a guy who can, scream his brain out, scream like out of his mind, and then still, sing really beautifully and really clean, so.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, for real.
The first time I ever got into Linkin Park was I got into Fort Minor.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Shinoda.
Song. Yeah, so you probably saw Mike Shinoda was on it. You're like, oh, that's the guy from Linkin Park, right?
Yeah, because, in that song, they always played, I don't know if you remember this, but...
I remember the song. I know what song you're talking about, right?
Okay, so they used that song. So we'd go to, when we went to elementary school, we go to the library, and you remember when they project those videos, like those bullying videos or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
They would play that song in the background.
That's a weird song.
It was like the music without the words.
Oh, they would play the instrumental.
And it was just dun 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 dun.
Oh, that's funny.
And it was over like the cyberbullying videos or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know. Look,
I'm not sure about the cyberbullying thing, but
this music goes hard.
It's a bop.
So that's when I started listening to Linkin Park and stuff. But
Linkin Park's good.
Linkin Park is very good. Really, it really adds a lot to the Transformers films, the old ones.
It kind of does, though. It really does.
At the end of one of them, they're playing "What I've Done," and like Optimus Prime like flies away.
Yeah,
that shit's like poetic.
It's so cinematic.
It's so fire.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, Transformers! What a movie franchise.
Dude, I miss Sam Witwicky.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was like pissed when he stopped doing it, and it was like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Like I love Mark Wahlberg, but not in Transformers.
No,
I hate that they just totally like. I hate when movie franchises like they go completely off of whatever storyline they were working with, like for like the first two, and they just bring in 2 or 3 like totally new characters, and it's like a totally new subplot, and it's like this isn't even connected. Like it's so disconnected. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hated it.
The prime example of that's Fast and Furious.
Maybe. I mean, it's kind of always the same crew though.
Yeah, no, but I mean like in terms of where the movie has gone. From where it started, because the first
that makes more sense. The direction,
3,
so the direction of those movies is way different now, but it's still like the same people, is what I mean. So,
yeah,
like,
no, but then
Tokyo
they had
Drift,
like John Cena and like Dwayne Johnson, which Dwayne is great. And
Dwayne's great in it. I didn't really like the fact that they brought in
he
John Cena. I don't really think of John Cena as that great of an actor.
I mean, he's all right. I mean, overrated as fuck in my opinion.
In my opinion, don't bring EDP up, dude.
Sorry, man, not again.
Anyways, but yeah, like those movies, like. I mean, I stopped watching after Fast 5. I think Fast 5 was like the last one that was still somewhat about street racing. Because that was the thing that I liked about those movies was I enjoyed like that street racing aspect because street racing is like dope. You know what I mean, I thought
that's
it was cool.
What's good about 1, 2, and 3. And even though Tokyo Drift gets shit, it's a racing movie.
Oh no, Tokyo Drift is probably like the weird thing is Tokyo Drift I feel like is the most disconnected out of all of them.
Yeah.
Because I mean it has Han in it, but like
and then totally everybody else comes back in the end.
At the very end though, you know what I mean? So it's like but that's actually probably one of the best ones out of that whole franchise. I mean, it's one of my favorites.
It's a great movie. I like all of them except for like 4. Fast I didn't watch 9, but 4.
Well, that's the thing is once they start jumping cars from building to building and throwing torpedoes and there's tanks and stuff. It's just like, what is this about? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I think 4 was the first one that kind of deferred because the only thing I remember
they
from
did
4,
like the FBI agents thing or
something.
Whatever. I don't even remember. I feel like I only watched that movie, the 4th one, once.
I think I did too, but I remember they were racing through a tunnel, like a cave. That's the only thing I remember, and that's the one that Letty died in.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Quote died.
Spoiler for any of you who haven't seen Fast 6, but you probably have.
Yeah, she back,
yeah.
bro.
Dude, they're gonna make those movies forever though.
Fast 20 on the moon.
Well, because they just put out what was it? You said it was the 9th one.
Yep.
And it probably still made a good $1 jillion.
I think it did.
Like there's still a solid fan base around it.
It's gonna do well because people always watch these. It's The Rock's in it, and now John Cena's in it, so that's more fans being brought into it.
You're bringing big names into an already huge franchise.
Right.
So it's like, it's just broadening your audience.
Back to Transformers, though. Shit went downhill after 3. And 3 was all right, but that's when they lost Megan Fox. So
well, yeah, once you lose either Shia LaBeouf or Megan Fox, like that, there's no movie. Those two is what makes the movie. Yeah. It's that classic pairing of like the hot chick and the nerd. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
It's like Adam Sandler in Grown Ups.
Always gets the girl. Adam Sandler's a G.
Yeah.
What a dog.
Yeah. Great music in those movies. All those movies though. Even Fast and the Furious, there's like classic classic music.
I love the like Spanish songs in Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I play them all the time.
No, I liked the
Bandoleros.
I like the one 2 Chainz. There's a 2 Chainz song.
Oh, We Own It.
5.
We Own It?
Yeah, We Own It. Yeah.
With the Wiz Khalifa?
Yeah, with Wiz Khalifa.
Dude, the music on those especially the new ones now.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
like actually good on the new ones. I stopped watching. I haven't seen anything past 6.
Really?
I haven't seen 7, 8, or 9.
You should watch 7 and 8 because those ones are pretty good.
Well, and 7's the one where they do the tribute to Paul Walker, right? Or is that 6? I can't remember.
That's 7. 7's the last one he's in. He's in it for like half the movie, and the rest of it's his brother.
Yeah, I forget. So you can spoil it for me because everyone's probably seen it. I probably sound stupid because I haven't seen it. But like, do they have like Brian die in the movie? Did they like write his death into the movie, or how does that work?
He like retires.
Oh, so he like just goes away?
Yeah, and then apparently I haven't seen 9, but at the end his car pulls up in the driveway because you know how they're always doing like the family cookout.
It's all about family.
With the family,
dude. That's one of the greatest
Corona.
memes. It's one of the greatest memes to ever come out.
Family. Dude. But apparently Brian O'Connor's coming back for 10, and it's going to be his brother with the CGI.
They're like deep fake the face. Yeah. I think it's cool that they're still trying to like do that to honor his legacy, like keep him in the movie. Because I feel he's one of the big reasons why people like that movie because his character.
He was my favorite.
Yeah.
Like Vin Diesel's cool, but like Brian O'Connor was the shit.
Yeah, it's all about family.
Family.
Vin Diesel, dude. Oh my god, dude! I saw this I saw this meme, which I think the story behind it is technically true, but apparently Universal Studios is trying to come up with a movie where it's a Fast and the Furious and Jurassic Park crossover, which is like, why? Like, why do we need that? In what world would that be a good movie?
See, what happens is these fucking companies make way too much fucking money, and they think they can do whatever they want.
They kind of can, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course they can.
I mean,
but
I
they
saw,
don't,
and in Fast 9, they go to space, right? So it's like...
Yeah, there's a rocket car.
Yeah, so they go to fucking space. So it's like, of course they can do whatever they want. They make a gajillion dollars off of it.
I got an idea.
What's that?
Fast and Furious Transformers crossover.
That would actually be sweet.
That would
because
work.
like they could street race in the cars, and then the cars could transform and fight each other afterwards.
Exactly.
That works.
That would work. I would pay to see that.
Yeah, but anyways, I saw that meme where it was talking about that, and someone it was like a tweet, someone replied to it, and it said, and it said something like, it was like, these dinosaurs are no match for family. It was like, nothing beats family.
I don't care about a T-Rex. I got a family.
I've got a family.
Got a family.
Like, there's been so many A+ memes off of the family joke. Some really messed up ones, dude. Like, I had a coworker who showed me one where, hopefully this isn't too graphic, but these two people are like getting down.
Okay.
And the chick's on top, but she's like, reverse, so she's not facing him.
Uh-huh.
And then it shows like Vin Diesel like pissed off, and he's like, "Never turn your back on family." It's like, what the fuck?
Whoa,
Dude,
what do you mean by that, Vin?
What do you mean by that, Vin?
It's a little incestual on that one, Vin.
Yeah, dude, there's so many insane. I honestly, in a weird way too, I kind of hate like that saying, "Oh, nothing beats family."
Nothing beats family.
No, lots of things beat family.
Fucking robots.
Robots.
Dinosaurs
would. Jurassic Park would win.
Yeah, they would easily
Transformers
just eat them.
Easily.
Nuclear bombs.
Poverty.
Probably Harry Potter.
Yeah, probably Harry Potter.
He could just put a spell.
That dude don't have no family.
He don't. He just got a broomstick and a wand.
Yeah, he lived under the stairs of some person's house because they hated the fact that the mom dropped him off there.
Really?
Seriously, you ever watch the first one, like in the beginning?
Haven't seen a single one.
Dude, they treat him like shit.
So Harry Potter's an orphan?
Yeah, his parents. I sound like a nerd right now, but dude, Harry Potter, it's a great series. Yeah, like his parents or something were like, they got attacked by like some like bad wizards or whatever, to like put it simply. And I think they died like trying to like protect him. And then so like he got like dropped off on these people's doorstep, and of course they're like, oh, well, you got to take care of him now or whatever. And they make him, so where he sleeps is there's a, those like closets that are underneath the staircase that have like the really small doors. Yeah, that's where he sleeps. That's his bedroom. And like
low-key bachelor pad?
Yeah, low-key like for real. Like dude has like a boom boom room. Like I mean, like it's like this little tiny broom closet thing that he sleeps in. And they they treat him like garbage. Like they treat him so bad, and then they treat their other son like so good. They spoil him. And then like when he gets the letters from Hogwarts, they like rip it up and throw it in the trash. Like, no, you're not going.
Oh shit.
You're not going.
You're not a wizard, Harry.
You're not a wizard.
You fucking bitch.
No, yeah. But yeah, nothing beats family.
Nothing beats family. It doesn't matter if you're a dinosaur, the Taliban.
Robot. The Taliban?
The Taliban.
Taliban would definitely beat family.
Yeah,
Look at what's going on over there. Not to like make light of that or anything,
Yeah,
but
what is happening with that situation now? I remember that was a big thing. I haven't heard anybody talk about it for like 2 months.
It's kind of slowed down because we're not there anymore. There's still Americans that are stuck there, and there's still refugees that are stuck. It's a really messed up situation right now because the Taliban is like taking full control of that country.
Yeah.
I mean, they took control of the government.
Riding go-karts and jumping on trampolines.
They're
shit.
like all the rights that women gained in the last 10, 15 years are gone. Like totally reversed now. Like can't go to school. If they do go to school, they have to be kept separate from the men.
I don't get why that's still a thing. Like I guess
it's a religious thing. It's part of their like extreme version of Islam or whatever. I don't know. It's crazy over there. I saw like probably the most messed up thing I saw was a video of like when they were first leaving and the people were like getting on the planes, like trying to get on the planes to get out. Mm-hmm. A mom like handed her baby off to soldiers, like a baby. Handed her baby off to soldiers over a fence so the baby could get out of the country. And the mom didn't make it.
I think the fucked up thing I saw was the one dude went in the wheel well.
Oh yeah.
And what happened? It was closing up and he fell to his death. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's insane.
All right, let's get to a lighter note. It is spooky season now.
Spooky season.
Spooky season. I'm on a new thing where I'm watching one horror movie a night.
Oh, yeah? What you got up tonight? What you got on deck tonight?
I don't know what's on tap for tonight. I just watched, me and my girlfriend watched Hellraiser last night.
I've heard that's like actually a good one.
It was pretty good. What I said about it, I gave it like a 6-7 territory, right?
Out of 10?
Out of 10, because the story's great. The only thing is it's from 1987, so like the special effects are dog
Right,
shit.
yeah. I mean, that's like watching like the old Halloween movies, or you know what I mean, like the
Yeah.
first Nightmare on Elm Street.
But if it was made
It's
today,
a classic.
it is a classic. It's very good.
I think Hellraiser is a movie that they should remake, because I feel like if you did it with today's visual effects, it could be really cool looking.
They did a sequel in 2011,
Oh, really?
so maybe I'll watch that tonight.
Maybe.
I think that one, because I had to watch it on Amazon. They have to do like the star ratings, and the second one's like 4.5 stars out of 5.
Oh,
so.
really? Do you have like a go-to horror? Like, what's your favorite horror movie? Do you have like a go-to?
I used to always like Insidious,
Yeah.
but I rewatched it a few years ago or like last year or something. It wasn't as good as I remember. Hereditary though, that's a go-to.
Hereditary. I heard that was really good. I gotta watch that at some point. I was gonna watch it the other night and then I didn't.
That one's really good. I also like the Michael Myers movies.
Yeah.
I want to go see this new one.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you do have another one coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone tweet about that too. Where it was like because the lady like keeps going after him again.
Uh-huh.
Someone's like, is she gonna get him this time or what? Like,
I was like, if she can't get him this time, just let me at him.
yeah,
Just
or
let
just
me go.
let him kill you. Like,
Just get out your misery, girl.
for real. Like,
I don't know any. I like what's the one with the baby? What's the
I feel
one
like there's
with
a lot of them with babies.
Let me see.
I mean, I feel like
That's
that's
true.
a staple of horror movies.
I do like the parody horror movies like Scary Movie and Scream. Those are always good. Those are always
Yeah,
a
I
classic
always
watch.
honestly liked.
I think it's Caroline's Baby.
I always really liked
Rosemary's Baby.
like the spoof ones, like Scary Movie
Yeah.
or what was it? Meet the Blacks. I think.
Yeah,
was
Meet
one.
the Blacks is a good one.
Haunted House too.
Was it?
With like, what was it, one of the Wayans guys? The Wayans brothers? Was it? I don't remember. Was it Keenan? Is it Keenan or is it Marlon? I don't remember. There's like
Probably
6 of those
Marlon.
guys.
I know. I think it's Marlon. Marlon's in not
It's
Haunted
one of
House.
the ones from White Chicks.
Or yeah, Haunted House.
It's
yeah,
the dude. It's the one from White Chicks.
it's
That's what I
Marlon
remember.
because
Yeah.
Marlon's still acting. I don't think Sean Wayans really acts anymore.
Yeah, it's Marlon then. Yeah.
But Meet the Blacks is good. I like
Meet
Mike
the Blacks
Epps.
is hilarious.
I love Mike Epps.
He's funny, Mike Epps. You ever see him in? Didn't he do one of the Bad Santa movies? Mike Epps. I swear to God, he did.
I don't know. I just watched. And I didn't just watch, but I saw the second one. I never saw the first one. I can't remember if he was in that one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, spooky season though.
Do you have a go-to for a horror movie?
If I'm being totally honest with you, I'm not a big horror movie guy. I've never really been into horror movies at all because I feel like so many of them it's kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, there's this demon or there's this spirit thing that's like haunting you, and it's just like it's all jump scares.
Yeah.
Like I've never watched something like, and I'm sure there's probably movies out there that I just haven't seen that are probably like this, but most of the horror movies I've seen are they're more startling than they are scary. If that makes any sense. Like it's more just like how badly can I like make you jump rather than like I want to watch one that like just makes me feel like something that's like really unsettling. Like I just want to feel like really
Just really
weird.
spooked
Like
out.
that's how I felt like when I
Anxious.
watched Joker. Like,
Yeah.
with Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
With Joaquin Phoenix, like that's not a horror movie, but like I came out of the theater and I felt
This
I
suspense.
felt weird, dude.
That's like Uncut Gems. That's how I felt.
That was a great movie.
I felt like I couldn't breathe when I was watching that.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah, it was just like
Was it really like suspenseful? Like,
Yeah,
that's what I like.
and
I like
the-
suspenseful movies.
yeah,
Yeah, like not necessarily
like
jump scare.
thrillers.
Yeah, like not
Yeah.
the jump scare part, but the part leading up to it that makes you just feel like you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like kind of makes you tremble.
Hellraiser was kind of like that. I think you'd like that
I'll have
if
to
you
look
watched
into
it. It was
You said it's on Amazon, like
yeah,
Prime Video.
Amazon Prime Video. Yeah,
Did you have to like rent it or is it free? on
It's
Prime
free.
Video? Okay, because I know there's some movies on Prime Video where you actually still have to rent them, which kind of
yeah.
sucks.
It depends. I know, and the thing that sucks is like you find one you want to watch, and you're like, I'll watch that like next week or something, and then it switches
it's
to a
gone.
different platform or something.
Yeah, it's gone. Like that happens on Netflix sometimes.
Yeah,
Like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that movie, but then it's like I watch it. Or if I ever do get to watch it, I watch it, and it says like, oh, it's on Netflix until tomorrow.
yeah.
It's like,
Like,
oh, good
fuck,
thing
I
I
gotta
watched
watch
it. Yeah, geez.
That's how I like the list feature on Netflix.
Yeah.
Half my movies are like ending in a week.
Yeah,
like every week
they're
they're
not
always
gonna be
ending.
on anymore.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is the point of the list?
Yeah.
They should do like notifications, like, hey, bro, watch this fucking movie. Before
I get emails all the time that say, "Hey, watch this before it's gone."
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's probably just because of my emails. Oh no, it's because I'm on my mom's Netflix.
Oh,
So, Mom, you got to forward me all those emails. Come on now.
dude, have you seen the hacks that people do where they use VPNs and then they can get stuff that's in other countries?
Yeah.
Where like you use a VPN and you can get Rick and Morty on Canadian Netflix.
Really?
Yeah, it's free on Hulu though. So if you have Hulu, you can just watch Rick and Morty on. Like,
Yeah.
Hulu.
Tony always throws that shit on.
Yeah, Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty. It's a great show.
I like it. I don't love it.
I think it's hilarious.
It's funny.
I actually love Rick.
I probably wouldn't binge watch the whole thing, but I watch episodes from time to time. Like
Yeah,
when
it
they
is
put
kind of
on,
one of
but-
those shows where you in order to like follow it, you have to like really get into it. But it's just one of those shows that's like super, just funny. Like I just love it.
You want to wrap it up, boss?
Yeah, I say we wrap it up. I just think we've talked about plenty today. Tone Deaf Pod.
Tone Deaf Pod.
Hopefully a little more music in the future. But
Yeah.
hey, this is what podcasting is, people.
Podcasts are for.
It's just two dudes, sometimes ladies, but it's mostly just a group of people. Sometimes
just coercing.
just
with one
coercing
another.
about whatever.
Just
And
civil
it's-
discourse.
And what else are you doing besides just listening in the car because you're sick of listening to the same 10 songs over and over again?
That's true. That's very true. Sometimes I did that the other day.
Yeah.
Just threw on a fucking podcast. I was like, you ever just like not want to listen to music? You're just like, I'm just
Yeah, which is
tired of
weird
music.
because music is such a big part of my life. But there are times where I'm like, I just want to listen to two people ramble.
Yes, just not music today.
I find that I listen to podcasts more when I'm in the
show's not
car
ending now.
alone than I do when I'm with someone.
A podcast?
Yeah, so like if I'm in the
I've
car,
never listened to a podcast with anyone.
yeah, right. I feel like that's not a group thing.
Yeah, no, it's
People
like,
don't listen to podcasts in groups. Like if I'm with my girlfriend in the car, well, there's always music. But if I'm driving somewhere by myself, it's always a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially like when I'm driving somewhere for like a long distance. Because like if it's like more than 1 hour, I'll listen to music and I'm like, all right, music time's over. Switch over to a podcast or something.
Yeah.
Preferably the Tone Deaf podcast.
Yeah, Tone Deaf Podcast.
Listen to
So.
Tone Deaf podcast.
Yeah, check all platforms.
Been fun.
Garrett, why don't you tell them where it's going to be?
All right, everyone. Well, this one will be distributed. I'll work on it tonight. I mean, not that that matters to you because you're listening to it whenever you're listening to it.
You're
but,
listening to it when it comes out.
You're listening to it when it comes out. It'll be out on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer. It's not SoundCloud this time. Sorry about that. Just like anything you can listen to a podcast on, check it out. Obviously, you know where it's at because you're listening to it on whatever streaming service right now. But I think the plan will be Fridays for weekly uploads.
Yep, Fridays, sometimes Wednesdays. We'll see what's going on.
See what's going on.
But yep, and a quick note too. This podcast is one of 3 podcasts that will be under
3 podcasts.
the podcast network, Mic Check Studios.
Mic Check Studios.
Yep, it'll be us, Tone Deaf. It'll be Once Upon a Thought pod with Garrett and his buddy. What's his name? Hunter.
Hunter Montroy, my good friend.
Another Leslie alum.
Another Leslie alum. There's another show with a fellow Leslie alum, Anthony, and my other roommate Jacob. That's the TBL podcast. That one's TBL is TBD. That will be worked on and announced soon. So just stay tuned. If you're listening to this, you probably already listened to the Once Upon a Thought show. Go back and listen to some of those episodes again.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
check out everything we're working on and more stuff to come.
Yeah, we'll get you next time, boys.
Peace.
Peace.